I drive for a living, delivery routes, sometimes long haul, sometimes just to the next state over. You get used to the long stretches of nothing, the silence between towns where the only sound is the hum of your engine, and the occasional buzz of your thoughts getting too loud. But last winter, I took a contract that routed me through northern Arkansas. It was supposed to be simple. Follow Route 15 from Mountain View to Deer. 2 hours, tops. What happened that night still keeps me off that road, and off anything without streetlights. I left around 9:30 p.m. Didn't think twice. I've driven worse roads later at night, and I wanted to beat the ice storm forecasted for the morning. I packed 2 thermoses of black coffee, a peanut butter sandwich, and a fully charged phone with podcasts queued up. About 30 minutes in, things got quiet, not unusual at first. No radio towers out there, just endless woods and 2-lane blacktop. But the headlights felt dimmer, like they weren't cutting through as far as they should. And every so often, I'd swear the white lines on the road shifted, just a little, like they were trying to redirect me. I passed an old, hand-painted sign, half buried in brush. Fuel plus snacks, 3 miles. Didn't recognize the brand, no logo, just the word Stagners in cracked red paint. I didn't need fuel, but the air in the cab felt thick, like pressure was building in the cabin. I was sweating, then freezing, then sweating again. The wheel felt slippery, though my hands were dry, so I turned off the road. The gas station sat low in a dirt lot, surrounded by bare trees. One single pump, no cars. The building had no windows, just a greenish fluorescent bulb over a rusting door. Still, something in me felt relief, like I'd finally reached safety. I went inside. No bell above the door, no shelves, just a concrete floor, empty coolers, and a single stool behind a plexiglass counter. A man stood behind it, or at least, a person. He was too still, like he'd been taxidermied standing upright. His mouth opened, but it didn't move like mouths should. He just said, "We only sell what you forget." I didn't respond. I didn't move. I couldn't even breathe. He pointed behind me. I turned. There was a doorway where there hadn't been one before. No door, just a hallway, covered in carpet that reminded me of my grandmother's house, yellow with old stains. The lights buzzed overhead. I thought I heard a dog barking. My feet moved, without asking, down the hall, left, then right. Every turn led to another hallway. None of them connected logically. Some were lined with dozens of framed pictures, all of me. My old school photo, a shot of me on the couch with my ex, even one I'd never seen, me sleeping in the cab of my truck last week. The barking got louder, but it was wrong. It was gurgling, like whatever was making the sound was trying to remember how to be a dog. I opened a door at the end of one hall. Inside was a gas station. Same pump, same trees, same empty lot. But it wasn't night anymore, and my truck was gone. I stepped out, numb. The cold didn't feel right. It pressed against me, like static. The trees were in the same place, but now they were covered in frost, and the sign was gone. I walked down the road for an hour, before headlights finally came around the bend. It was a state trooper. He rolled his window down and asked me what I was doing on Route 15. Said the road had been closed for 3 years, ever since the land subsided near Stagners. I said nothing. He drove me back to town. I called my delivery contact and told him I got lost in the snow. He didn't care. Said I still made better time than the last guy. That was 2 months ago. Since then, things haven't been right. There's a drawer in my apartment that I didn't put there. Every morning it's filled with receipts for things I never bought. The receipts all say Stagners at the top, printed in fading red ink. Sometimes I hear the gurgling bark from outside my window, and last night, in the mirror behind me, I saw a man in a plexiglass booth, mouthing words I couldn't hear, but I knew exactly what he said. We only sell what you forget. If this story unsettled you, good. That means it found its way into the quiet corners of your mind. Leave a like to let it know you heard it, and subscribe if you want to hear the next voice calling from the dark. Some stories are patient, some are already waiting. Choose carefully what you listen to next.